Okay, I think we are now live. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Red Bull 2014 Junior Cup. We are back again for the final two races of this amazing mini season. Tonight it's unfortunately just myself, X2014 in the commentary box tonight, but hopefully it should be a great race nevertheless. Hopefully my internet is sufficient enough to survive these next 20 minutes for the two races we have, plus the 12 minutes in quali, so it should be a good one. But as always, we have a 15-minute quali followed by two 20-minute races, and the second race will be a complete reverse grid, and definitely spices up the grid a lot for this second race. But like I mentioned earlier, just me tonight. We're here at Fuji International Speedway for round 5 and 6, the final two rounds, but it should provide some awesome racing for us tonight. You can see we've got a few people out on their quality times at the minute. Slipstream is extremely important around this track. It's honestly, you could probably find a second to 2 seconds just tucked in behind someone's slipstream. There's a mega on back straight, also on the start finish straight actually, to be fair, leading from the final corner to turn 1. Rick Holt now in the run up to the lines, actually going to get overtaken by Dan Schneider on his lap time, so let's just see what times these guys start putting in. Dan Schneider putting the quickest time in at the minute, 1 minute 37.6, Toussaint 4 tenths behind, 1 minute 38 flat. Rick Holt, Tiger, closely following up, and looks like he's backed off on his time. The Scout Dan, also previously known as Scouting Ninja, goes into 6th place initially. We've got Cryptek going up into 4th place, Aston tucking into 2nd place, Sonabella going up into 6th place. And we've got a few people coming into the pits. Bez is in from the mediums, actually has damage. Does Ted have damage as well? He does, so there might have been a bit of contact between the two. A few penalties up front. Dan Schneider, 9/10 penalty, which he served just before the final sector. Rick Holt getting really loose on the rear, might have impeded Toussaint a little bit. Both are on flying laps, so we'll just keep an eye on those times. I'm not sure it's going to be an improvement, but we'll have to wait and see. So let's just keep an eye on Toussaint's lap time at the minute. Currently down the start finish straight and the long run down towards turn 1. Rick Holt closely behind on the slipstream. Bon Evil closely following as well. Toussaint doesn't improve. Dan Schneider comes into the pits, and Bon Evil doesn't set a time. That was an outlap for the British driver. Ted's on an outlap. Beza as well on an outlap. Oriole is on a flying lap. Tiger's improved and has gone up into 4th place, 1 second ahead of Cryptek, and just under 4 tenths behind Rick Holt. But there's still 9 minutes left in this quali session for drivers to improve, the majority of whom I think are on the soft tyres. Sonabella on the super softs, as Percy has improved in his time, as well as Daniel Gardenzi. Percy up into, it's Petchy up into 6th place. Oriole goes up into 3rd place, good lap from him, 1 minute 38.7. Second behind Dan Schneider though, but where you can see he's kind of in the middle of nowhere, doesn't really have anyone's slipstream, so I'm sure if he finds someone to closely follow, then it could be an improved lap from him later on in the session. So we're back down to our start-finish straight train. Let's see if Toussaint can improve on his time. It looks like he's going to come into the pits actually, so he won't be improving. I think Bonneville was in that train. She is tucked in behind Rick Holt. What can the British driver do? Goes up into third place, 300th behind Rick Holt and 3/10 behind the provisional pole sitter Dan Schneider, who is on an outlap and is tucked in closely behind the slipstream of Tiger Assassin, who improved on his time. Doesn't improve on his position though, but remains in 6th place, and he's pulling out that slipstream he wants. Bonnevil's not getting, no, it's not Bonneville, sorry, it's Dan Schneider, is not getting any of that slipstream. Blue flags, Bonneville just going a little bit slowly, allowing traffic to go through. Sonabella improving on his time, going up into 11th place, only 3 seconds behind the leader. You can see in the background a few cars coming into the pit lane for a fresh set of tyres. We've got 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, and it should hopefully be a good end to the quali session. Still have plenty of time to set lap times. Ted going up into 11th, just going ahead of Cryptek by a 10th and a half. Still got 2 tenths to find to close in on the Italian in front, but I'm sure the Irishman has got the pace in him. You can see he's already 4.5 tenths up through turns 1 and 2. That runs a little bit wide through turn 3. That might give him a penalty, but we'll have to just keep an eye on that throughout this session. Dan Schneider on a good lap. Comparing it to Rick Holt, I think Rick Holt might have backed out of this lap attempt and actually picks up a 4/10 penalty. So unfortunate for him, he's going to try and have to serve it around this final corner. Otherwise we'll get an invalid next quali lap if he keeps it over the line. You can see he served it in the background and is off on his way for another flying lap. And you can just see the train down through the final sector, just at the start of the final sector. Slipstream very important, but doesn't look like he's had a lot of slipstream on this lap. Dan Schneider doesn't improve on his time. Rick Holt actually coming into the pit lane. Bonneville starting another flying lap then. You can just see this train of cars here, Ted, Thunder, Sonabella, Oriole as well, getting caught up in the mix of things. Aston improving, going with a 1 minute 39.3. Just going to keep an eye on Oriole's time. At the minute he's tucked in behind Ted slipstream. A few more cars coming into the pit lane. Oriole moving over into the pit lane, doesn't actually set a time. Daniel Gardenzi going into the pit lane as well. Thunder also pitting, so tyre wear definitely having an impact around this track. That time that Aston done earlier, good enough for 9th place. The yellow and black with a hint of green Red Bull X2014 taking 9th spot in this qualifying session so far. They've kind of got this train here, the top 5 apart from Oriole, all coming through the middle sector now. Dan, Rick Holt, Bonneville, Toussaint and Tiger Assassin, some of which are on outlap, some are on the quali lap, but hopefully all is able to be good for these guys and none of them gets in each other's way. You can see Bonneville's getting closer to Dan Schneider with the slipstream. But it's going to be Rick Holt who's going to lead this train and lose out most. Well, he's going to have the biggest impact down the straight. But let's have a see. Have a look. Rick Holt is on an outlap. Dan Schneider isn't on a quick lap. Nor is Bonneville. Nor is Toussaint. And Tiger is on an outlap. So none of these guys are on their flying laps, but they are about to start it right now. Let's have it on board with the current pole sitter Rick Holt. I don't know, Dan Schneider. Sorry, I don't know why it's facing backwards. There we go. You can see Dan Schneider on board with the Dutchman. It's a Dutch 1-2 followed by a British 3-4. You can see how much time he's gaining through the corners. He's a 10th and a half up through turn 3, almost flat, just a little lift off the accelerator, and in the long swooping right-hander that is turn 4, Daniel Gardenzi going up into 7th place, 1 minute 39.195. Dan Schneider going a little bit wide through turn 5, but it shouldn't cost him too much time, I would imagine. You can see he's still gaining and closing in on Rick Holt. The slipstream is so powerful despite there only being really not many straights, only one massive long one and then 2 kind of mini straights into this chicane here. Dan Schneider using up as much curb on the inside as he can without getting a penalty. A little bit deep, but shouldn't cost him too much time in the whole scheme of things. Has currently set a 1 minute 37.6. We'll be looking to improve on that time. Through the final corner now, and it's a long run down the start-finish straight. You can see he's tucked in closely behind Rick Holt's time. Rick Holt's just closely behind Rick Holt, sorry. Looking at the time as I said it, but what time is it going to be? It's not going to be an improvement. Just missed out on a faster lap, but someone who didn't miss out, Toussaint, going to the pole position by a 1 minute 37.4, 2/10 clear of Dan Schneider. Bon Evil getting herself up into third place, 1,000th ahead of Rick Holt, who's 100th ahead of Tiger Saturn, who's actually just set purple sector, 4/10 quicker than anyone, even though sector 1's only 2 corners. Really interesting as actually Toussaint picks up a penalty. I think Tiger also got a penalty for that as well. Beza going up into third place, 1 minute 39.7 for the Italian, 2/10 behind Dan Schneider and 300ths ahead of Bon Evil. Oriole improves in 7th place, 1 minute 38.3. And has now got Thunder's slipstream to just give him that extra straight line speed down the straights. I think Thunder is on a quali lap, might be holding up Oriole just a little bit, actually runs wide, and well, that allows Oriole to go through. Isn't going to have the slipstream for the rest of his lap, but just going back up to this train out front. Now Tiger's trying to weave to block the slipstream. Hello Piero, and she comes into the pits, so Dan Schneider isn't going to improve on his time, nor is Bon Evil or Rick Holt, who's just started his time. They've kind of held up each other in the slipstream. Rick Holt setting purple sectors. This could be a good lap from the Spaniard. Just approaching the final sector now. Let's see what time Oriole can do. He's kind of been a little bit quiet in this quali session so far, not really had much slipstream. Aston going just less than a 10th behind Oriole, up into 8th place for the Brit. Let's see what Oriole can do now. It's a long run down towards turn 1, but across the line it's going to be a 1 minute 37.4 and goes 300ths behind Toussaint, agonisingly close to the Britain's time, and a really good lap from Oriole. Didn't have much slipstream. Someone's off through turn 6, and thankfully that's a lucky guess. It was Tiger Assassin, who's currently now doing donuts in the gravel. I'm not sure he can get his car going in the right direction, but time is up in the quali session. That's it, the checkered flag is being waved, and these will be the drivers' final laps in this 15-minute quali session. Who's going to be the first person to set a lap time? It's going to be Rick Holt, the golden Red Bull. Approaches the final corner now. I'm not sure it's going to be an improvement, just judging by his times. Someone picks up a penalty. That's Dan Schneider with 5/10 to his name. That's Bon Evil losing the rear in the final corner, so they're not going to improve on their time either. Dan Schneider lifts off. He won't be improving. I think that was Toussaint going down the start-finish straight. Can he say anything about the pole time? He can't. It's already in the 1 minute 40s, unfortunately for him, but it is provisional pole so far in the session. Tiger taking the escape road at the hairpin after spinning earlier on in the lap. Rick Holt unable to improve on his time, settles in for 6th place, 1,000th behind Bonnie Evil. Daniel Gardenzi now on a flying lap up to the line, moves up into 8th place, improved by 3/10. That was someone was sent spinning over the line, not sure who it was. Can Oriole nudge Toussaint off pole position, but couldn't quite get the job done. Pecci actually improves, goes up into 8th place, just ahead of Daniel Gardenzi. Here comes Ted now across the line, and wasn't on a flying lap. And here comes Tiger to finish the session off. in 7th place, with a lot of damage to the front and side of his Red Bull. But it is going to be Two Saints to take pole position here at Fuji for the first race, and well, the penultimate race in this championship. Oriole is going to join him on the front row, followed by Dan Schneider and Beza, Bon Evil and Rick Holt in 5th and 6th, Tiger in 7th, and it's an Italian 8th, 9th, followed by a Brit 10th and 11th. I think Ted was in 12th. I can't remember who's in 13th, 14th and 15th. Oh no, it's Aston and Cryptek, Ted, Sonobula, Thunder and Scoutdown rounding up the grid. And Scoutdown obviously being Scouting Ninja. Previously, well, recently has changed his name, but looks like we're going to see the 5 red lights here today at Fuji for I think the first time in this championship. Here we go then, we have 4, 5, well, we've got 10 red lights. And the lights are green, and away we go for the penultimate round here at Fuji in the Red Bull Junior Cup. Oriole's off to a good start, already beaten Two Saint off the line, who now forces his way to the inside. Beza off into a really good start, dives it down the inside of Two Saint. Dan Schneider's going to try and go along, around the outside, kind of gets forced off onto the AstroTurf, a place you don't want to be. Two Saint's pushed into, I think that was Two Saint, or might have been Tiger, sorry. No, it was Two Saint, so getting pushed off into the grass. It's going to go through wide with Dan Schneider and Beza. Rick Holt on the inside, getting the move up into 5th place. Aston getting down the inside of, I think that was Pecci in 10th, Beza on the inside of Daniel Gardenzi. But Oriole off to a good start in this race. Pecci looking for the inside of Aston, couldn't quite get the move down. Thunder trying to get a move down on Sonobula, but just you know, taking his time. Gonna maybe look for the outside, but I'm not sure he's close enough to get the move down. Here goes Tiger now, gonna look for a move down the inside of Bon Evil. There's a little bit of contact. Beza and Rick Holt in the background going, will Beza's forced to take the escape road and has crashed into the concrete barrier for the escape road. Now decide to just end up cutting it after Ted getting damage. Hugely unfortunate for the Italian. That's damage and Ted's round. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll get a really quick replay of what happened to Ted on board. Did he lose the rear, or was there contact? It's on the curb, and that's a really weird crash for the Irishman. It looks like that orange Bullard had something to say about him. The curb not doing him any favours. But we have a massively long train now in the run down towards turn 1. This is where we're going to see, I think, the majority of overtakes. It's currently Oriole who leads this race by 1.2 seconds over Two Saint, Bon Evil, Tiger, Rick Holt, Dan Schneider, Daniel Gardenzi, Aston, Pecci, Cryptek, Thunder, and I think that's Cryptek going for a move on Thunder, but Thunder switchback, tries to send one down the inside of Sonobula behind, and that's a little bit of coasting. Sonobula and Cryptek are now going to go wheel to wheel in the run down towards turn 3. Cryptek on the inside. Sonobula with a 5/10 penalty, tries to hold it around the outside, runs a little bit wide, but ends up getting ahead of Two Saint. Getting ahead of Cryptek, as Two Saints now fighting for 2nd place with a 5/10 penalty. Bon Evil goes down the inside of the Brit, who couldn't hold it around the outside, through turn 6 into 7 now. And this is going to be a great race for sure. Two Saint might try and send one down the inside. He does. You could just see in the wide shot Rick Holt also trying to get past Tiger Assassins, just couldn't quite get it done. Down at the hairpin, and remains in 5th place for now. Dan Schneider looking for a move on Rick Holt, potentially he's eyeing one up on his fellow Dutchman here. Meanwhile, Bon Evil and Two Saint still going at it for the podium positions. Bon Evil going to set herself up down the start finish straight. Aston going down the inside of Pecci into the final corner, gets up into 8th place. Cryptek might have made a little bit of a mistake. He's dropped 5 seconds behind Pecci, and Ted at the back after that spin is on a recovery drive in this race. Hopefully he can make his way through the field. Here comes Bon Evil now. We'll be looking to the outside. Two Saint defences the inside line. The services penalty. There's a bit of ghosting because of Two Saints penalty. Nothing he can really do about it. It's just the game system when cars serve a penalty. But he's going to go down the inside into turn 3 and get ahead of Bon Evil, back up into 2nd place in this race. Dan Schneider taking a very wide line and is almost collected by Daniel Gardenzi. That was a close call for sure. Will ride on board, just get forced out by the curb, and then, well, he's lucky not to get hit by the Italian while rejoining the track, and has got himself a 1 second penalty for his actions there. Unfortunately for him, the curb just forcing him out wide. You don't really want to take as too much curb or the AstroTurf around this track. Similar to Pouon in this game. And Spa, you get on that outside AstroTurf and will say hello to the next country. You are being sent out wide. There's nothing you can really do about it, and especially in these cars, it's quite hard to save those incidents. What's that? Bez is ghosting in the background. Might have had a spin or serving a penalty there. Didn't quite see. Noticed. I just quickly noticed how Beza and Sonna below her running exactly the same livery. Two Italians running the same livery, similar to Toussaint and Tiger. Two teammates from the main GT Sport League. Rick Holt looking for a move on Tiger. Bon Evil also looking for a move on the fellow Brit in front. Toussaint defends the inside line, as I'm sure he's going to be doing for the next 14 minutes in this race. Here goes Bon Evil on the outside, brakes slightly earlier than Toussaint, will try the switchback move and get a good run, couldn't quite pull it off. Oriole taking the fastest lap of the way, seems to be pulling away with this one as things stand. Someone's into the pits and it's Beza with front damage. Does anyone else have rear damage? I'm not sure where he got that front damage from. Could have been from those when he crashed into the escape road barrier, but I'm not sure if he got anything after that. Meanwhile, Bon Evil really close now behind Toussaint, and we'll be looking for a move pretty shortly. I'd imagine Oriole now building up a 2.8 second lead and has got out of this battle, similar to what Bez had done in what track was it? Sardinia. Just got out of the battles, found himself with clean air, and was just able to pull away while the guys behind started battling. But this train has, I was going to say, there's a massive train forming. Bon Evil and Toussaint now going wheel to wheel, and there might have been a little bit of contact. Toussaint forced out wide. There was a little bit of contact. Bon Evil on the inside, and it's now going to try and go around the outside into the final corner. Found the grit, there's contact between her and Toussaint, but now there's a massive long train in the run down towards turn 1 on board with Daniel Gardenzi. You can just see how many cars are in this train. 5 cars, second to sixth, and I'm sure it's going to get very racy. We might see another 4 wide moment in this race like we did at Lago Maggiore. That moment could be now. Toussaint on the inside of Bon Evil, Rick Holt on the inside of Tiger Assassin, and it looks like Toussaint's got the move down up into second place. Rick Holt following him through up into 4th place, but Tiger now has Daniel Gardenzi closely behind, and we'll be putting Tiger under pressure. He's going to go down the inside, promote himself up into 5th place. Rick Holt and Bon Evil now going wheel to wheel. Rick Holt's going to go down the inside of the Ferrari looking Red Bull. That's a weird phrase to say. There's a little bit of contact. Daniel Gardenzi's got a really good run. Dan Schneider and Pecci have also joined the back of this battle. Daniel Gardenzi up into 4th place. Tiger going wheel to wheel with Rick Holt. Daniel Gardenzi's going to send one on Bon Evil. Dan Schneider's going to send one on Tiger. There's contact. Pecci goes through all of them with his penalty. Might have to give the position back though, as that is rather a cheap way of getting positions. We saw it cause a few problems last season with the penalties and ghosting, and has cut the corner. Thankfully didn't come across the track and take out Tiger. Thankfully the penalty system ghosting the Italian, and has now dropped down to 8th place and is perpendicular to the track, facing the wrong way, and is doing a 3-point turn to face the right direction. Toussaint's now got a 1.1 second advantage over Bon Evil behind after all that battle, and Tiger's now got a really good run on Rick Holt down the start finish straight, and will be looking for a move potentially into turn 1. You can just see riding on board, we've got the cockpit view. You can see Dan Schneider closely behind in the mirrors. This is going to send one though down the inside, not quite close enough to get the move done. Meanwhile, Bon Evil, the slipstream has helped Bon Evil catch up to Toussaint behind in front, and it looks like Cryptek and Pecci having a little bit of a battle here for 8th place into turn 1. Thunder getting a little bit loose loosey-goosey on the rear, one of his favourite phrases when he was commentating on Season 1. Here goes Bon Evil down the inside of Toussaint, there's contact, and Bon Evil pushing Toussaint off the track. We'll get a quick replay of what just happened there, and you can see Bon Evil, and there's the contacts. I don't know if Toussaint knew he was there, but nevertheless, there was quite a bit of contact made. That's dropped Toussaint now down into 4th place. Daniel Gardenzi has taken the escape road. Hopefully he can negotiate this better than Beza did, and wow, decides to miss the second half, and it's like, I've had enough of this, and it's just decided to take the first S. It's through the escape road, similar to the one at Monza Turn 1, but just like always in these games, they are impossible to get right, whether it be on a wheel or controller, and you could probably take it at 4 miles per hour and still hit the polystyrene barriers, or the barriers, well, the ones at Monza are probably, or whatever they're made of. This one's being nice concrete barrier, red and white, you can't miss it. Toussaint though, up into 4th, well, down to 4th place now. Tiger and Dan Schneider were having a little bit of a battle before, and Tiger is closing on the Dutchman in front. Toussaint does have a 7:10 penalty. Oreo, sorry, 4.1 second lead in this race. He's completely blitzed the rest of the field here. Looking just a little bit further down the field, Aston looking to try and gain positions on Cryptek and Thunder in front. Does have a 1/10 penalty to serve in this race. Ted has done really well to catch up to the back of the pack, but has gone really deep into Turn 1. I think he just misjudged his braking point a little bit there, and hugely unfortunate for the Irishman. Was doing so well to catch back up, and now has to find time back once again. Aston running, it looked like a little bit wide. Just noticed my Twitch chat isn't working once again, so I'll get that up for you, and I can see what people are actually saying this time. I don't know why my phone is doing that. I just, yep, it's really annoying. I'm trying to have as limited devices connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm just using my data, so my connection doesn't die halfway through. Here comes Tiger now, trying to look for a move on Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider up into 5th place. And now the slipstream train continues down in towards Turn 1. Rick Holt closing in on Bon Evil. Rick Holt gonna look for the inside, maybe. He pulls out to the inside, but can he be later on the brakes than the Brit in front? Not quite. And there we go, I can see Ben Roberts. Such a great race in the last Red Bull Junior. Yeah, it was great race at Lagomatior, especially that 4 wide moment into the banked hairpin. Here goes Rick Holt down the inside of Bon Evil, gets up into 2nd place. It's not over yet though. Bon Evil's going to try and hold it around the outside. Can she hold it around the outside? She's able to, through Turn 4 and 5, and Toussaint's actually going to look for a move down the inside of Rick Holt, maybe Bon Evil as well. Tiger into Turn 1, got ahead of Dan Schneider. I forgot to comment on that before. Bon Evil and Rick Holt were going amazingly wheel to wheel through turns 5 4 and 5, sorry. Here goes Rick Holt on Bon Evil, Tiger on Toussaint on the outside, and Rick Holt down the inside of Bon Evil. Bon Evil will have the inside line for the next left-hander, and Rick Holt has to conceal 3rd place for now. Tiger just losing out on his BCMR teammate for now, and thanks Gav for confirming that. I should upgrade my phone, as there's a spinning car in the background. It's Tiger Assassin. Hugely unfortunate for him. Let's get a quick on board and see what exactly happened. I'm going to guess he got into that AstroTurf. Ooh, spot on correct. Hugely unfortunate for him, but I'm sure he'll make a comeback in this race. Here goes Bon Evil now to the inside of Rick Holt on lap number 9 with 6.5 minutes left to go. Bon Evil on the inside into Turn 1. Toussaint might have a look at Rick Holt, pokes the nose in just a little bit. Rick Holt leaves him the space, and Bon Evil gets herself up into 2nd place. Oriel absolutely blitzing this one. Does have a 1 second penalty, but a 6.6 second lead. Ben Roberts asking, how do you get those Gavra racing liveries on GT Sport? There's an app, I believe, or a website where you can make liveries, or you can make liveries and decals in the game, and then you can upload them to the... Well, either upload them from the website or the game, and then people can download them, and then you can slap a big fat Gavra Racing sticker on the side of your car. So like all these liveries have been made, that decals have been added to the game. If you take Bonnie Evil, for example, the Shell badge, the Vodafone, that's all been, someone's made that in the game. I think the Shell badge is actually in the game, but someone's had to make the Vodafone logo, the Red Bull and Rick Holt's car. But take like Two Saints, for example, the is actually going to go down the inside of a wide Rick Holt, getting onto the AstroTurf, doing well not to spin like Tiger did, but has lost him a lot of time. Daniel Gardensi's now going to try and go around the outside, but Rick Holt's able to keep it on the inside. But yeah, you can download and create liveries yourself. If they are inappropriate or banned though, or rude though, they can't get banned and blocked and etc. But yeah, thankfully no one has any inappropriate things on their cars tonight, otherwise it would make streaming this a lot harder. Otherwise, well yeah, they wouldn't get a lot of screen time, let's put it that way. Daniel Gardensi might try and dive one down the inside of Rick Holt. Rick Holt leaves the Italian in the room, but not quite confident maybe on the brakes is the Italian. You can see he's running a nice Sebastian Vettel themed helmet there, the three stripes of Italy, the red, white and green, or the green, red and the green, white and red. A Senna coloured base, but a nice yellow helmet. Actually, I can get his helmet up on the screen. There it is. There's the side view of Daniel Gardensi's helmet. I just love these little features you can do in this game in the spectator cam. He's on board with Toussaint now, trying to look for a moving Bonnie Evil. Almost defends the inside line, moving a little bit under braking, but Toussaint's going to go down the inside up into second place. Good move from him, but Toussaint's lost out a little bit to Bonnie Evil through the traction zones on the exit of the corner. Bonnie Evil's now going to go round the outside, try and get herself up into second place. Couldn't quite do it just there, but I'm sure we'll be fighting back in towards turn one, having a look towards the back. Thunder and Bezza going wheel to wheel, literally going wheel to wheel. They're now inside each other, and there's a little bit of wheel banging as the game unghosts them both. But Bezza getting himself up into 11th place. We kind of got a 5-way train for 8th, and another 5-way train for 2nd place. So we've got 2nd to 6th, and Tiger on the recovery drive, and then we got the kind of train at the back, followed by Oro at the front, completely storming away with this one. But anyway, it's now 3 wide in towards turn 1. Rick Holt's going to make it 4 wide. I do not believe, once again, 4 wide in towards turn 1. Toussaint coming out on top, Bonnie Evil in 3rd, Rick Holt in 4th, downside on 5th, Daniel Gardensi settling for 6th. You can see the train of cars here. This is an absolute great race, and already we have 3 minutes left to go in the session. You can see in the background Aston and Percy going wheel to wheel. Aston making his way up into 8th place. Bonnie Evil running wide through turn 6 into 7. Rick Holt going down the inside of Dan Schneider, who's looking to get the move back on his fellow Dutchman. Toussaint defending the inside line in towards turn 10. Bonnie Evil's going to have to settle for 3rd place for now. Rick Holt and Dan Schneider still going to try and... Well, Dan Schneider's going to look for a move on Rick Holt. And I've only just noticed they're running pretty much very similar, if not the exact same livery, just different colours. You can see the Italian flag and the Gavra Racing logo on the front wing, you could say, of these cars. Both got the Red Bull logo on the top of the car, but one's gold, one's blue. So I've only just noticed that after 4 races. Here goes Rick Holt now, looking for a move on Bonnie Evil. The bright gold, shiny Red Bull X2014 is tucked right in closely behind the 2004 looking like Red Bull Ferrari. That's a partnership you never thought you'd hear in your life. But it's going to go 3 wide in towards turn 1. Toussaint in the middle, Bonnie Evil on the inside. Toussaint's going to try switch back on Bonnie Evil, doesn't get the best of exits. Rick Holt's going to go around the outside of the Brit up into third place, and will be looking to put pressure on Bonnie Evil in front. Daniel Gardenzi's lost out in this battle a lot, and he's got front right damage, front right aero and suspension damage. Don't know what happened to those guys. Benzo getting ahead of Aston, who's now under pressure from Cryptek. Meanwhile, Bonnier Toussaint getting ahead of Rick Holt, who's going to send one back down the inside. Dan Schneider as well on the inside of Toussaint. He's going to now try and go around the outside of the fellow Brit. Does so, gets up into 4th place, but Toussaint's going to send one down the inside, but Dan Schneider's going to try and send one on Rick Holt, but didn't quite see Toussaint was there, and a little bit of contact, but thankfully no damage and no one sent spinning into the shadow realm. Toussaint is going to try and look for a move down the inside of Rick Holt, and Dan Schneider's now going to look for a move down the inside of Toussaint. Gets the move done, up into 4th place, but gets a 5/10 penalty that could cost him in this race with only 20 seconds left to go. This is going to be close. Will they cross the line? I think with 5 seconds left to go, the line is slowly approaching. Are these guys going to complete their final laps now? No, they only just made it, which means Tiger is going to finish this race in 6th place. Daniel Gardenzi then in 7th, but the train at the back, Aston and Thunder go wheel to wheel down the start finish straight. It's a drag race to the line. Cryptek's going to try and look at this as well. Who's going to get 9th place? It's going to be Thunder, followed by Aston and Cryptek, all followed by only 600ths between those 3 drivers. A really close end to this race from those guys. Meanwhile, Toussaint, I'm not sure what's happened to him. I'll just have a quick look to see if he's made a mistake somewhere, but he just seems to have lost time to the cars in front. He got bad exit through turn 1 and 2, and that's allowed Dan Schneider to go around the outside, maybe? Dan Schneider actually goes wide through turns 3. Through turn 3. But towards the back, Aston, Cryptek, Perchi, Sonabella, and the Scout down in 14th. Ted, unfortunately, in 15th after a few incidents. An awkward one on this curb right here. Turn 14, I think it is, or turn 13. Hugely unfortunate for him. Got onto the AstroTurf. Oh no, so he went deep into turn 1, and that lost him a lot of time. But besides that, let's move on to the positives of this race. Oriel has led pretty much every single lap in this race since lap 1, comes across the lines and wins here in Fuji for the first race out of 2. But for the podium, there's going to be a little bit of weaving up to the line, but it's going to be Bonnie Evil who's going to hold on to 2nd, Rick Holt in 3rd, and Toussaint in 4th, Dan Schneider in 5th. Those are your final finishes for the first race. There you have it, Oriel. Another new face, a new helmet, and a new driver on the top step of the podium. And we're now going to have a reverse grid for the second race. So this could be interesting. This could be an absolute great race. So we will be having reverse grid. Bear with me for just 2 seconds. And yeah, Piero, it was a great race from Oriel. Really close in the midfield, but a dominant drive from the Spaniard. There you have it. No quali, reverse grid based on previous results. That's a nice feature. Just gonna make sure you enter the race. There you go. And something I should actually do is have a look at the championship standings. If I can find them. Here we go. So everyone appears to have entered the race. There we go. Gonna go and spectate to Cam. Quickly get the standings. So Rick Holt, oh god, I'm gonna have to do some maths. So Rick Holt's on 67 points, leads the championship over Toussaint with 54. Bon Evil in third on 46, Tiger on 40, Oriole on 37, Dan Schneider on 32, and then Bez is quite a little bit way behind on 17, equal with Daniel Gardenzi, and Aston's only 1 point behind that. So it's 25 points for a win, so Oriole gets 25 points. This is where a co-commentator would be handy. So Orioles gets an extra 25 for finishing first. Who finished second? Bon Evil. So she was on 46, so that's an extra 18. Just doing some championship stuff. Who finished third? Oh, this is really bad. Was it Dan who finished in third? Or was it Rick Holt? Actually, I'll just have a look for the at the reverse grid when we eventually start. Oh, I should have put a starting soon thing. Hang on a minute, guys. There we go. There we go, the final has begun and we'll be starting very shortly. Yes, Tom, so the whiteboard is out and I'm trying to write everything down, but I can't remember the top guys. I'm just waiting for the reverse grid so I know who finished where. I can't remember for the life of me. I think Dan Schneider could still be in contention. There's the starting grid for today's race. Ted's on pole, so it's Rick Holt in third. That's 15 points for Rick. Toussaint finished in fourth, so that's an extra 12. Who finished in? It was Dan, then Tiger, so that's an extra 10 and 8. Apologies, we have 10 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the final race in the Red Bull X2014 Junior Championship. Ted leads the way, followed by the Scout Dan, who gets immediately overtaken by Sonobala. Beza off to a good start on the inside of Aston. Tiger down the inside of Daniel Gardenzi. Thunder on the outside runs a little bit wide, so does Sonobala, running very wide using the grass. These cars definitely not made for off-roading. Cryptek going down the inside of Sonobala in towards turn 3 and is able to get the move done up into 4th place. Aston, Beza and Sonobala going wheel to wheel now through turn 4 and 5. Tiger on the inside of Cryptek gets the move done. Perchy and Ted wheel to wheel. Perchy losing the wheel a little bit, that's going to put him under pressure from the Scout Dan. Rick Holt getting up into 8th place. Cryptek with a 5/10 penalty. Rick Holt going wheel to wheel now with Aston, who turns 8 and 9, I think. Yeah, 8 and 9. Meanwhile, up front, Tiger having a really good start all the way up into 4th place. Beza getting ahead of Toussaint up into 6th place. Aston going wheel to wheel with Bon Evil, but the ghosting system means they are now ghosting through each other. Thunder down the inside of Sonobala is drifting. Can he hold it? I think he did, but a few cars running wide up top. The Scout Dan getting up into 2nd place. Toussaint and Beza going wheel to wheel. Tiger making it 3 wide down the straight. Awkwardly, Toussaint can't move to make it 4 wide, otherwise he'd be hitting the Scout Dan, but it's all very close up front. Tiger and Toussaint now getting past the Scout Dan. He's got no slipstream from anyone. This could be a 4 or even 5 wide moment in towards turn 1. It's going to be 5 wide in towards turn 1. I cannot speak, it's 5 wide. Beza on the inside, the Scout Dan, Rick Holt also on the inside, Tiger on the outside. How no one came together there's absolutely insane. Someone's going to the inside, I can't see because of the names. It's Perchy on the inside of Tiger, on the inside of Bon Evil. Bon Evil and Tiger now going wheel to wheel. Bon Evil on the inside. Rick Holt and the Scout Dan now going wheel to wheel. Scout Dan braking a lot earlier. Bon Evil also going down the inside. Tiger's going to follow her through. and the Scout down losing 3 positions in one corner, unfortunately, but it is still Ted who leads this race, followed by Toussaint, Geza, Rick Help winning through Tiger, Scout down, Aston Petchy, Dan Schneider, Cryptek, Sonic below, Oreo, Daniel Gardenzi and Thunder rounding up the grid. Have a look for any overtakes. The Scout down getting done, overtaken by Tiger Assassin. Who is that? Petchy's going to follow him through. Dan Schneider getting ahead of Ted, who's had an incident, and I think he's just left the session or retired the car, because there's now 14 out of 15 drivers left. Dan Schneider going to try and go around the outside of the Scout down. What happened to Ted? Oh, the replay is going to go that far back. No, they're not. Unfortunate for Ted. Once again, he was leading the Lago Maggiore, and then something happened. I didn't quite see what happened, but I think he made a mistake down at the chicane, or there was contact with someone, and has decided to hand up the glove in today's race. Bezel on the inside of Rick Holt. Rick Holt's going to try and hold it around the outside. There's a bit of ghosting, quite a lot of ghosting actually, which is unfortunate. Down and Aston now going wheel to wheel and run up towards turn 3. Aston on the inside. Is he going to send one? Dan leaves from the room, but Aston doesn't end up going for it in the end. This championship is all still to play for in this second race. Slightly reduced points, and I'll get that done and ready for when this this race is finished, because there's no way I'm going to try and work out championship standings while all of this is happening at the same time. We've got Bonnie Evil sending one down the inside of Rick Holt. A little bit of contact. Rick Holt getting a little bit loose on the rear. Bonnie Evil's going to keep it on the inside up into 3rd place for the final podium position, but there's still 15 minutes left in this race. We've had 25% of the race, another 75% to go, and along with that, a lot more enjoyable and hopefully great racing tonight. What a beautiful camera angle through the final corner. You can see all the cars so close together. The gap between last and first is only 10 seconds. That's just, there's nothing between these guys. Just as I flick through everyone, you can pretty much see everyone in the same camera shot. But there's a train now forming in towards turn 1. Who's close enough to make a move? Petchy's going to look for one, and Aston, they're going to go wheel to wheel in the run down towards turn 1. Aston now on the inside, sends one down the inside, gets up into 7th place, but Petchy's going to do the switchback. Cryptek's going to follow him through, and Aston now loses 2 positions in one corner, and is under pressure from Daniel Gardenzi, because he's now pulled up to the right hand side. Has got the move done up into 9th place. So we've got the train forming now for the front 5 all aboard, as Tiger's getting very close behind Rick Holt here. Is he going to send one down the inside? He looks for it, but isn't able to send one. He licks the stamp, but he couldn't quite find the right address there. As Toussaint now leads this race, still on lap 4. Where is Oriole? Down in 11th place. He's not had the best of starts compared to the other guys after completely dominating the last race. Now going wheel to wheel with Aston, gets up into 10th place, but Oriole now on a recovery drive after, I'm not sure what happened. Here goes Cryptek down the inside of Daniel Gardenzi. Can he get the move done up into 8th place? It's still going to go wheel to wheel. There's ghosting for some reason, and Cryptek unable to make moves in this race. Toussaint now having to defend from Beza in towards turn 1, but Beza not quite close enough to make the move stick. Meanwhile, the battle for 7th place, as there's a massive train forming here. Daniel Gardenzi on the outside of Petchy, keeping out on Cryptek, because he's going to do the switcheroo, get a good run. There's a little bit of contact actually between him and Petchy, who's gone spearing off into the wall, and that's huge damage for the Italian. And onto the curb, and the same thing that happened to Tiger. Like what I mentioned earlier, onto the curb, and there's no saving that. Hugely unfortunate for him. Tiger and Rickholt now going to go wheel to wheel towards turn in towards turn 9. Tiger getting the move done up into 4th place. It's going to squeeze the Dutchman off. Not off the track, but just off of the ideal racing line. Darren Schneider's going to follow Rickholt through. Rickholt losing up 2 positions in 2 corners. Unfortunate for him. Oriol now up into 7th place. This could be the recovery drive from the Spaniard after winning the first race. Not sure what happened in the early phases of this race, but was down in 10th place a lap ago, is now up into 7th. Is down, the Scout Dan going to go down inside of Sonabala. I'm not sure why there's so much ghosting happening. Could be because the game thinks they're going to, well, there's going to be a high impact crash. As if, for example, if Dan Schneider wasn't to brake for turn 1 and aim for Beza, for example, not like he would do that, I think the game would ghost them. Just so there's no incident, let's put it that way. Daniel Gardenzi now going for a move on Oriol down the inside with had the help of Slipstream. Oriol braking later into turn 1 and is going to try and swoop back round the outside. A clean move from Oriol sees him back up into 7th place in this race, and Tiger's now getting a little bit excited behind Bon Evil. He knows he has the pace in these Red Bulls to try and make moves after losing the rear on the AstroTurf in the first race, and wants to prove himself in this final race. Currently sitting 4th in the championship. Dan Schneider just getting the move there up into 4th place. Have a quick look and just how he done it down the inside. Beautiful move. Got a nice run through the exit of turn 8 and was able to get ahead of Tiger. Now we'll be hunting down Bon Evil, who's struggling a little bit to keep up with Beza, 1.4 seconds, and I'm sure Toussaint and Beza are going to be secretly working together to try and pull ahead of this train. 1.4 seconds. Wants to find a few more tenths if they're to get out of the slipstream range. Here goes Rickholt down the inside of Tiger. Now these two are going to go wheel to wheel down the straight. Tiger with the better exits, going to get the better launch. Beza now is closing in on Toussaint, but it isn't quite close enough to go for any moves, nor is Rickholt. Just can't quite get past Tiger down at the start finish straight, but someone he might be looking to get past. Thunder is gaining on the back of Cryptek with the help of Slipstream. Isn't close enough for a move into turn 1. Can the Scout Dan say anything to Sonabala? Not quite yet in towards turn 1. These guys running in 12th and 13th, and I think that was Sonabala getting really loose on the rear, and Scout Dan now gaining a lot of time in towards turn 3. It's going to be the outside line for the Brit. Tries to switch back, but it didn't quite work out the way I think he was planning that to happen. Tiger now losing time to Dan Schneider, 1.5 seconds separating those two. The gap between Beza and Bon Evil's coming down a little bit, so that train's kind of reforming, regrouping as one. Oriol was able to stay ahead of Daniel Gardenzi. Thunder really close, agonisingly close behind Cryptek, pushing him through turns 11 and 12. I'm sure those are some friendly nudges between the Irishman and the Brit. He's going to look for a move down inside, maybe on the Red Bull against the blue Red Bull. We'll have to wait and see how this battle plays out as well. But the slipstream's definitely going to help Thunder in towards turn 1. Toussaint now is actually having to defend the inside line from Beza. Beza's now close enough to potentially make a move. Doesn't send one on the Brit. Is able to, maintains 2nd place for now. Oriol now under pressure from Daniel Gardenzi in towards turn 1. It's going to be Daniel Gardenzi around the outside of Oriol, and Oriol's able to keep it on the inside. It's going to go 3 wide between Aston, Cryptek and Thunder. Cryptek's able to keep 9th place for now. Aston on the inside. Thunder though getting ahead of Aston, as it's going to go down the inside in towards turn 3. A little bit drifty through the old turn 3, but is able to get himself up into 10th place. Meanwhile, Beza and Dan Schneider are going to be battling for second place. Dan getting ahead of Bon Evil up into the podium positions. And I don't know why the game's ghosting cars through this middle sector. It's really weird. As there was a little bit of contact, quite a bit of contact actually. I'll just have a quick look and see what happened there. I just missed it. I was too busy trying to work out the championship standings. Dan Schneider on the curb, drifting, and nothing serious. Just Dan Schneider getting a little bit out of shape. Nothing where he could really do much about that. Just the natural reactions of the car. Overcorrected maybe a little bit, but has now dropped into 4th place, tucked in right behind the Red Bull of Tiger. Rick Holt now will be in the slipstream of this fight as well. Beza doesn't appear to be close enough to send one in towards turn 1. Dan Schneider is going to go for a move down the inside of Tiger in towards turn 1. On the inside, he's going to try and hold it around the outside, and they're still going to go wheel to wheel now in the run down towards turn 3. Excuse me. And Tiger just backs off a little bit, concedes the position for now, but there's going to be plenty more opportunities in this race with only 6 minutes left to go though. But many ways, different opportunities to get the move back. Here comes Triptech now, looking for a move on Thunder, round the outside and up into 9th place. Bon Evil putting Beza under a little bit of pressure here. We'll just have to see what the Brits can do. Rick Holt, only 2 points. See, this is the thing about this championship. Rick Holt in 6th place is only 2 seconds behind Toussaint. And there's, 4 cars in between him and the leader. This is just how insanely close this championship's been. He's going to send one down the inside of Tiger Assassin into the final corner, get the move done initially, but Tiger with the better lines, going to get a good run on the Dutchman. And there's such a long run down towards turn 1 that it could be anyone's, but we're just going to keep an eye on this little battle here for now for second place between Beza and Bon Evil. Can Bon Evil say anything? Looked to the inside but decided better of it. Here comes Tiger now down the inside of Rick Holt. Rick Holt leaves the space for the Brit to go into. Didn't get the best of runs, did Tiger, but is now gaining on the Dutchman, help with the slipstream from Dan Schneider, but it's going to be Rick Holt who's able to keep 5th place for now. Goes a little bit wide through turn 3, and luckily for him, Tiger wasn't able to get the move done, but it's now going to go wheel to wheel in towards turn 6 and 7. Oh, sorry, turn 6 into 7. Now turn 8 and 9. Rick Holt getting onto the curb and the actual turf, almost losing the rear. That promotes Tiger up into 5th place. Here goes Bon Evil now, looking for a move on Beza. Beza tries to defend the inside. There's a little bit of moving under braking. That's a little bit naughty, almost like Mazepin style. But thankfully no damage or contact between the two. Beza defending for his life for this second place. It appears he really wants to get this good result here. Dan Schneider is going to try and go round the outside of Bon Evil. Couldn't quite get the move done there, but I'm sure we'll be having another fighting opportunity. Meanwhile, Aston and Thunder have been battling pretty much the majority of this race. Cryptek's been able to break away from that battle. Rick Holt now just under a second behind this train of cars, and it looks like Toussaint's pulled out a reasonable lead. 8-9 tenths between to Beza behind with only 3 minutes to go, and it's looking decent for him. I'm just gonna bear with me for just 2 seconds, guys. Pierre is saying Toussaint's never going to win this race. He's never seen him win a GT Sport race. He won Sardinia last season, his first and only race win in the main leagues. But Dan Schneider and Bon Evil are now going to go wheel to wheel to turn 3 and 4 into 5. That's actually 2 corners, that long right-hander. Bon Evil now on the inside of Dan Schneider. A little bit of wheel banging. but forces Dan Schneider ride. Here goes Tiger Assassin now out of the blue, just gets ahead of Dan Schneider, closely following Bon Evil, and Dan Schneider's going to go down the inside of Rick Holt. Tiger might send one on Bon Evil, does he? He might not. Dan Schneider though is going to send one on Tiger Assassin as contact, and Tiger Assassin's off into the grass. Rick Holt's going to get the switchback and up into 5th place, and let's just have another look at that front Tigers on board. So we're on lap 11 through turn 9, approaching the chicanes of turn 11, 12 and 13. Tiger on board. There's the send from Dan Schneider. I'm not sure Tiger saw him coming. It's a little bit of a rear nudge from Rick Holt as well, but no damage thankfully done to either car. Meanwhile, Beza still 8 tenths behind Toussaint. The slipstream down the start finish straight is definitely going to help gain the time back, but Bon Evil's lost 1.8 seconds now behind Beza. You can see he's 1.9 seconds slower than his previous best, his personal best, sorry, which was 2 laps ago. So maybe just not finding the rhythm in the last few laps. Dan Schneider will be getting an extra point for the fastest lap. That's something I didn't account for. Who got the fastest lap in the last race? Oh god. Well, if it comes down to a point, then I'll have to actually double check that. But in terms of the championship, I'm not sure who got the point in the fastest lap of the last race. I think it might have been Dan Schneider or Rick Holt. I think it was a Dutch flag. Oh no, was it Oriel? It might have been Oriel, who's now putting Daniel Gardenzi under pressure in this race. If someone's able to look back and see who got fastest lap, that would help a lot. But as it stands, Beza's now closed up the gap towards Toussaint. Oriel getting ahead of Daniel Gardenzi. Just get a quick replay of that. Down the inside, clean as you like, up into 7th place. Might not there's only a lap left, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to find 11 seconds to Dan Schneider, but I'm sure he's going to give it all. Maybe someone might make a mistake out front. Dan Schneider's actually dropped a little bit behind Tiger, 2.5 seconds behind now, so you never know, it might still be up for him. But meanwhile, on to the final lap of the race with only 20 seconds left to go, and the driver's now going down the start finish straight. This will be their final lap of the race, the final lap in these Red Bull cars one last time, and it's going to be a fight for the lead of the race. This could actually be the fight for the championship as well. Toussaint's in a really good position if Rick Holt finishes in 4th or even 5th place. Toussaint forcing Beza a little bit wide. I wasn't able to see just what happened due to the camera angles. We'll get a really quick replay. I'm not sure if there was a mistake from Beza. Let's just have a look what happened in towards turn 1 here. Beza on the outside kind of starts drifting, and yeah, forced on, well not forced, but just drifts onto the AstroTurf, and really unfortunate for him, he's going to go down the inside on Bon Evil. Actually going to Ghost and now go down the inside of Bon Evil, picks up a 1.5 second penalty, and Oriel finishes in 7th, Daniel Gardenzi in 8th, Cryptek Thunder, Aston in 9th, Sonnerbone in 12th, Dan Schneider in 13th, Percy in 14th. Sorry I didn't see those guys go across the line, I was too busy focused on the battle for the lead. But here goes Beza's going to send one down the inside of Bon Evil, but it goes in too deep. Bon Evil's able to get the switchback move up into 3rd place. Here goes Tiger now down the inside of Beza. Beza getting all out of shape here. Here goes Rick Holt, maybe looking for a move. Beza kind of going a bit sideways through turn 13. I've opened up chat, I'm so sorry. Beza forcing Tiger wide. Rick Holt's able to get up into 3rd place, and there's a little bit of wheel banging here. Drivers are wanting this win. There's just a quick replay of exactly what happened. Beza forcing Tiger onto the grass. Luckily for him, didn't spin like he did in the last race, but it's going to be Toussaint who's going to come across the line and win, despite Piero saying he's not going to win the final race here at Fuji. Bon Evil in 2nd, Rick Holt in 3rd, Beza lets Tiger go by. Tiger finishes in 4th place, Beza in 5th, Dan Schneider in 6th, and now I've got to work out this championship. So Toussaint 1, add 15. Rick Holt was in 3rd, wasn't he? I think he was. Okay, hang on. So, this is going to be fun. Championship time. Who Yeah, sorry, just reading the comments there because it's not working on my phone. Yeah, Beza did crumble a little bit under the pressure. I've completely forgotten what someone else said. Yep, hectic race, Bonnie Evil, Dutchy as well. I saw your comment, but I can't remember what it said. I've just clicked off the screen. I do have the memory of a goldfish, it seems. So now the joys of working out who won the championship. Okay, if my maths are correct, and I think they might be, hopefully, then... Oh, hang on, let me save the race replay just in case there's any incidents. I think Rick Holt is your championship winner today. I think he's done it. I think Rick Holt, as he's still in the room, he is. Let me go and spectate him actually, rather than... And so where is he? Here he is. Rick Holt. No, that's done. There we go. Rick Holt is your Red Bull X2014 Junior Champion, the first GT Sport special event champion. I think is Rick Holt. I'm seeing a few comments through, but it's not coming through my phone, so I'm just going to check them now. Yeah, Dutchy winning the championship despite not racing. That's a fair point, Pierre. He could win a championship that he didn't race in, but I think it's going to be Rick Holt who takes this one. Congratulations to him. Toussaint, I think, was closely behind in second place, and then I think Bon Evil finished in third. But 6 amazing races here. We had, was it 6? Yeah, 6. 2 times 3, 6. 6 amazing races in these Red Bull cars. Can't wait to see what the next GT Sport season is going to be like. Thanks to all the sign-ups, we've got 2 leagues going ahead on Friday at 6 and 8 o'clock UK time, or 7 and 9 CET. For all those drivers racing, the prelim races, the groups will be out shortly. If you can't make it, I know a few of you have already messaged me, I'll organise a time and date for that. If anyone's watching this live and they're doing the F1 prelim races, they are starting tomorrow. Make sure you go and check Tiger's Discord message to see what day your prelim race is. Spain Dry is the prelim race this week. Next week, Belgium in the wet. For GT Sport, the prelim race is exactly in 5 days time on the Monday at Spain in the Group 3 Ford test car. So make sure if you drivers are watching, then you attend to that. But otherwise, I think I've said everything. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. Subscribe to the Twitch. Make sure to give the Twitch a follow. Join the Discord server to chat to drivers, or hang out. It's a really nice place, a good community full of good people, and filled with information, as well as the website. But that's been all from me today. Stay tuned for future races. I think the next race that will be streamed is probably the Weekend League, so make sure you tune in for that. And until next time, I'll see you later. I've been X2014. Good night.